Congratulations into the final four again. Are you pleased to be consistently at that high level?
Yeah, of course. 3 years in a row, semi-final Champions League, and against this an incredible team. We struggled a lot in the first half. Upamecano break all the lines, and then our left side we struggled a lot with Coman and everyone. And we were fortunate before the penalty that we missed. They had one or two chances, and everything could happen. But this competition like this, but we defend really well in the box, and after our momentum came in the second half was much better.
That's the strength of the side, isn't it? You can adjust, you can stop those channels, you can make amendments.
Second half was better. Jack helped us to defend these pockets, and yeah, they're good. Semi-final again.
Erling Haaland scored the goal, missed the penalty, so a good evening in the end.
Yeah, of course, obviously he's there, a good assist, and the finishing from Erling was really good. And he's so young, so at the end everyone here feel the pressure. So the result was amazing in Manchester, but we didn't have anything to win today, anything to lose, and we are a team like every year is better and better. But the experience that we have in this competition, the people feel it a lot, the players feel a lot. They want to do it really well, and the pressure is there. And the pitch was so difficult to play,
slipping,
a lot, and even for them as well. And we were aggressive. But the second half was much better since the minute one.
The defenders want a clean sheet. That was a strange goal, that VAR decision.
Yeah, because I think nobody complained, nobody say anything.
Weird.
So honestly, hopefully one day they can change a little bit everything.
It's a fantastic night. You can celebrate. You've got some big games coming up as well.
Yeah, now FA Cup. Every time we play FA Cup after this competition, we are exhausted. The team is exhausted, so I don't know how we are going to recover to play against Sheffield, because even if we play on Saturday, we cannot play on Sunday because, of course, United have Europa League and so demanding. So I don't know how far we'll arrive, because now is a tough moment for the game on Saturday.
Enjoy tonight.
Thank you so much.
Excited to announce Kevin De Bruyne joins us. Go ahead, Terry, introduce him for us.
Hello, evening, guys.
Kevin! Talk to me, my friend!
Yeah, we go again.
Kev, it's
Yes,
Terry.
It's Terry.
Yeah, first and foremost, congratulations. But I wanted to ask you something. I love the performance at home at the Etihad, because you all played as a team. But tell me, if the big man, Alan, starts to hold the ball and stay with you guys and defend, I think you guys will be unstoppable.
But I think, honestly, we know Bayern is top, and I think in both games there's moments you're gonna suffer. But I think as a team we defended really well. You can't stop them for 90 minutes, but in the difficult moments we were there as a team, and then at the right moments we had our chances, and then obviously scoring the 1-0 changed it all. And I'm very proud of this team. We did really well against the top class team, and very happy to go back to the semis.
Kevin, you mentioned the semi-finals, and you played Real Madrid last season. We know what happened. Do you feel the team has come on in any way? Obviously, you have Erling Haaland at the top end of the pitch. Do you think you're in a better position to go there and get that result now?
Well, I don't feel any different towards last year or this year. I think last year we played really well, and the last 5 minutes of the second game changed the outcome. And then obviously everybody has a different opinion. I think we played really well, made some mistakes. And I think this year we will try to minimize the mistakes, and I think defensively we're very solid. I've got confidence in our team. Real is class also, so we go again, and hopefully the outcome will be ours this time.
Kevin, can you talk me through your form at the moment? It's devastating.
Well, thank you.
Don't be shy.
I don't know. season is so long, and obviously there's moment that it's a little bit less, but I feel really good. I'm very happy that the last 2 years I had no injuries whatsoever. I'm available, but I think that the team is on good form, and I'm flowing with them. I try to create as many chances as possible, and Erling is scoring sometimes. No, he scores all the time, obviously, but I'm very happy with the form, with the team, and we need to keep it going. It's a tough end to the season, but it's fun.
Kevin, last question for you. It's Arsenal next week, and there is talk now of a treble. I mean, you could create history. Come on, is it on? Is it doable?
Well, is it doable? Everything is doable, but doesn't mean it makes it any easier. It's Wednesday evening now, and Saturday is Sheffield. We can't look at what happens at Arsenal. I want to play the FA Cup final. I only won it once, so I want to win it again, and I want to beat Sheffield. And obviously, there's a big game in Arsenal after that, but we've got other priorities on Saturday, and then we can concentrate on what we need to do next week. But obviously, we're going to try and win everything, but that's a hard gesture. But I think it's a privilege to be able to fight for everything, and that's it.
Always measured. Thank you so much.
Kevin, see you later, my friend. We love you.
See you guys. See you.
See you guys.
Okay, so Real Madrid, it's a repeat, the 2022 semi-final. They broke your hearts that time around. Mike, can you feel more optimistic about Manchester City's chances this time?
I've got Man City on my brackets, and I think, remember the game, second leg, last season, when I think it was they put a centre-back up front and they needed something different. This season, they've got that something different, and it's Haaland. Do I think it's going to be enough? I'm not sure, because every time I rule Real Madrid out, they come with something. Thierry always says, moments, we keep repeating it. And it always seems like Real Madrid perform at the right moment. Do I think Man City have the better team than Real Madrid, player for player? I do. But it's not about individual, it's about the team. So I'm 50-50 at this moment in time.
I think Man City will just go through, and it is the whole point why you bring Pep Guardiola to the club, is to make the difference in these games, and Erling Haaland. Obviously, Pep's been there a few years, hasn't quite happened for in the Champions League, but Erling Haaland is not brought to Manchester City to win the Premier League. They can win the Premier League without him, but they can't win the Champions League without him at this moment. He, coming in the best goal scorer in European football, that's what you're buying for. So, yes, the numbers are amazing, but you'd be looking to him to make the difference from what happened last year to make sure they get through to a final this year.
I mean, betting against Real Madrid in the Champions League, though, feels like a risky business, right?
I'll do it again. I'll go with City, and I said it at the beginning of the season. With Haaland, they were my favourite, and they still are my favourite. And again, it's also a wish. I want Pep to win it, to close that debate that he cannot win it since he left Barcelona. So
it sounds like you, though, still feel that Erling Haaland has to slightly adjust the way he's playing with the team.
He did it. He's doing it.
Okay.
And that's my point. That's why I was so vocal about what he did the other day off the ball. Because if he starts to do this away from home, keeping the ball alive, allowing Kevin De Bruyne to give him the ball after, we're all in trouble.
Is that your smug face again?
No, it's definitely not smug. I'm nervous.
What is it then?
I'm nervous. Because if it was on the other side of the draw, you're thinking they're getting to the final, Man City can do it. But now, Real Madrid, semi-final.
I'll tell you one thing you think from the conversation with Kevin De Bruyne, right, is that you guys have a tough week ahead in terms of football.
I think it's tough if you're talking about the amount of games. Man City was expected to go through tonight. They did. We're going to be expected to beat Sheffield United on Saturday. And I'm not saying they will. I remember a couple of years ago when Wigan beat us in the final. I'm not saying they will, but they're expected to. So Arsenal is the big game. If they win that game, they'll probably win the Premier League, and then the treble potentially is on.
So you don't see this as a big week?
In terms of what?
Man City winning the treble.
Definitive.
Well, they expected, I've just explained. They expected to go through tonight, they did. They expected to go through Sheffield United, which they probably will do. And then the Arsenal is the big one.
So if they win that, the treble, it's done, isn't it?
I won't say it's... Are you looking for headlines? It's not done by any stretch
That's my
of the
job as a
imagination.
presenter, to, you know.
You're not there yet. Wait, it's the next segment.
5 minutes.
What about that Arsenal game against Manchester City? How do you see it matching up right now?
Well, I don't know when was the last time we won against City, so that's gonna be a tough one. Like the last game didn't reassure me when we played them at home. It's gonna be a tough one. I keep on saying, you know, on an Arsenal point of view, since the beginning of the season, I've been talking about emotions. You don't win a title on emotions. I'm sorry. You win a cup. You win the Champions League, a World Cup maybe, because it's one game, and you build it with your fans or whatever. 38 games. You can't be too emotional about it. And you've seen recently that we were too emotional about it.
Is that not just passion, though, Thierry? No.
No. There is one thing with passion and emotion. When you start to, you can feel the emotion coming, but don't become emotional. There's a difference. Emotion will come. That's what's going to happen. Let's stay calm.
Yeah, but a young team, they're going to feel that pressure.
We're still ahead of City. I'm just saying that they need to get rid of the emotional part of the game and concentrate on what they need to do, because so far we were not expected to be there.
Do you think the last 2 games has damaged them mentally?
Yes, a bit. I will be honest, but you know, you still have hope. You're still ahead. City still have to win those games and beat us. So it's still there in front of you. But for me, get rid of the emotional part of the game.
How do you do that though? You're saying it like when you've won the Champions League, I've won the league, but you get emotional. You see Mancini on the last day of the season. He was telling all his players, you know, bad language. That was emotional.
You have a lot of stuff to win, to be able to win a league. Mm-hmm. It's 38 games, and you have to go through those games. Like Kevin De Bruyne is telling you on TV right now, I want to go to the FA Cup final. I want it only once. So it matters. Everything matters. But when you watch City, this is where we need to be Arsenal. You watch City, they look composed, whatever the result is, and I know we're talking about, you know, the creme of the creme. But I just think at times when I look at Arsenal, you know, the game is like this, our game is like this. Sometimes we lose control of the game. Again, I go back to the point. We're still ahead. City now can catch us. That is for sure. But
do you think Arsenal are capable of going to City and winning?
The last result will tell you no. But I remember also, from my point of view, we never used to lose against Chelsea, ever, since the goal of Bridge. And then he scored that goal, and then suddenly we couldn't beat them, Chelsea.
Do you think Arsenal have got a mental block at the moment against Manchester City?
Yes, in a way. You can't beat them for some reason. You know, we played well in the FA Cup. I don't know if you remember that game. We played really well, possessing the ball at the Etihad, and we couldn't beat them. Then they come to our place. I thought they played really well.
Well, Arsenal haven't, I don't think, have beaten Manchester City since 2015 in the league. So isn't the law of averages say that sooner or later they have to win? You win this. If Arsenal win this game, they'll win the league.
Look, if I was in that dressing room, I would be saying, this is the moment. It has to be the moment. If you want to win the league, it's right there in front of you. Go grab it. But emotionally, you also have to be composed on what's happening in the game. We talk about moments. Those are moments. And every time people will tell me, now it matters. It always matters. Because if you don't do well in the league at the beginning, you don't find yourself here. So it always matters. So keep your composure. That's very important. I believe that we can. Can we do it? It's a different ball game. We saw what that team is capable of doing. We saw it in the cup. We saw it at home. So now, can we go and do it? It would be amazing if we could. But again, I go back to the emotion part of the game. You can feel it, don't become it.
Oh, that was slick,
wow.
Wasn't it? Nice.
It was like a preacher. Slick. My man.
All right, there's that one. Let's just talk through. Hello, welcome along. Didn't know where the camera was there. Kate Abdo, Thierry Henry, Jamie Carragher, who would have known where the camera was, of course. Micah Richards, good to have you with us. Let's go through some of the action from this one. I think first half we saw Bayern Munich have some chances. Leroy Sané, notably, had they managed to convert those, Thierry, then it could have looked different for us. Sorry, I thought we were going to Micah, and then I found out we were going to Thierry. Yeah.
Yes.
He has had a tough night.
No, but yes, we always talk about it, moments. If Leroy Sané scores that goal, then it's a different story, but it's a massive if, and we all know that he missed it. But if he did score, it could have been a different game, Micah, and you would have been watching the game struggling. But look, Musiala's going to get that ball now, and we all know that there's no way you're going to catch Sané there. I don't know why he's trying to go across instead of properly chipping the ball over the goalkeeper. If they score there, game on.
I was so nervous. When you see Sané going there, you're thinking, old club, he's got something to prove, he's going to put it away. You can see there, Pep blowing the cheeks out. We're talking inches, and that was the difference.
Manchester City, though, awarded a penalty. Let's get everybody's thoughts on this one, because I think everyone's on the same page on this one. Micah?
Yeah, I think it was so harsh. He's got his arms behind his back. I mean, Upamecano didn't have the best of nights, but he's so unlucky here. I don't know what he's meant to do there. Literally starts with his hands behind his back. But you're thinking the big man's going to step it up and roll it home. But he proved he's human after all. And over the bar. But it didn't affect him. It didn't affect him. Just like it shouldn't affect you tonight, Kate. You know what I mean?
What shouldn't affect me?
Keep mumbling your words.
Have I been? More than you?
No.
Well, I'm...
You know what? At least I don't write down my jokes on my hand.
Barella, Grella.
What's that? Fakori Tamori.
Maybe I should do. The goal did come, though, Thierry.
Yes, it did. And look, we're going to say, this is, again, we're going to go back to moments. You're about maybe to concede a goal. And next thing you know, this is why I think Alan has improved recently. Now he's keeping those balls. He's better back to goal, especially away from home in the last game that he's been playing. But again, Upamecano, I'm very sorry. If you give Alan a chance like that to go 1v1 with the keeper, this is what I'm talking about. Those moments, transition. We talked about it before the game. But Upamecano, it's a tough one because home and away is just I will call it the Upamecano tie. Everyone will remember that game because of him, and then the big man came to the rescue.
I think after the first leg that we saw between them, one of the kind of the standout talking points was what a great team performance that was from Manchester City. What stood out to you from this performance?
I think it was measured. When you go 3-0 and you know what Bayern can do on the counter-attack, obviously from the off, they're going to be off from the first whistle. But I just think, had one of them goals gone in, it could have been a different game. It could have been a massive... What are you smoking?
I don't know.
What's going on?
I saw them
I think it's late. It's just late.
It's just late.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, you want to go home?
It's time.
Yeah, you're still annoyed, aren't you, Thierry? You're still annoyed.
Ladies and gents, we are...
Oh!
What?
Ronaldo's making his way over to have a chat with us.
Hey, how you doing? You okay? Well done. Congratulations.
Congratulations, well done this evening.
You okay? Well done.
Let's start by talking about the confidence in the camp at the moment. I was just asking the team the last time that you were beaten. February the 5th was the last defeat for this team. How confident are you feeling at the moment?
Very confident, in a very good moment, the best moment of the season for the team. We've struggled until what you said, until February, because we couldn't get in that usual run that we had in the past, in those past years of winning 10, 15, 20 games in a row. And now the team is very consistent, the way that we're playing. We feel that we've got a chance at every competition, and we're going for them.
And now's the time. FA Cup semi-final, Arsenal in the Premier League in a few days' time. If ever there was a period to find form like the form you're in at the moment, now is the time.
Well, definitely, and we know how tough it is to get to this part of the season when if you drop your performance for one game, you're out of one competition, and we'll try not to let that happen. Next game, another final against Sheffield, then Arsenal, so it's going to be tough, but it's going to be fun. When you're a little kid, you work to get to these moments and to enjoy as a football player, and we're going to enjoy a lot. Work very hard to bring some titles back home.
Bernardo, we were talking before, you guys look really comfortable with and without the ball in even these pressurised situations like this. Defensively, you look like you can contain and you can hold against teams, 1v1, etc. Do you feel like that yourself when you look back behind you, think actually we look more compact and more solid than we've ever done?
Well, personally, I look back and I see Manu Akanji, I see Nathan Ake, Ruben Diaz, John Stones, Kyle Walker, Laporte, and I feel very comfortable because they're great defenders. So Rodri in front of them. So yeah, it's good. It's good to have this quality at the back. And I think the moment, as I said before, the moment that we are in at the moment is special. It's very good, and building win after win that confidence is very important, and we need to keep it that way.
Yeah, defensively, there's been any tactical changes with that? Because they said it looks a lot different than previous years and previous runs that you've been on.
Well, yeah, you know how Pep is. He always creates something different, and he always adapts because he thinks that that people are watching our games and they will adapt to us. So he tries to adapt a little bit quicker. And yeah, it changed the way we play and we defend this season. And now we've been doing very well. It took us a little bit of time to get to that point where we all feel very comfortable, but now I think the team is doing very well and we're very happy with it.
When you think about, obviously, normally you guys are brilliant on the ball, you dominate every game in possession. Over both legs, Bayern had more possession, but you guys won actually quite easily. You know, do you think that's something new, something different to this team? Because the times you guys went out in the Champions League, they were almost always shootouts, weren't they? You know, high-scoring games. Yeah, but in the Champions League, we learned from our mistakes of the past, and what we understand now is that before we used to think that, oh no, we need to be 90 minutes dominating the game, controlling on their final third. And this competition, when you play against Bayern Munich, PSG, Real Madrid, Barcelona, Liverpool, whatever, you need to accept that sometimes you have to defend and you have to be consistent. You have to work hard not to give them easy chances. And that's what we've been trying to work on in the present, because in the past we've had a lot of frustrating nights because of that.
Bernardo, has that been made easier, and that's made your decision to be like that because of the signing of Haaland? When you know you can be out of a game for a while and you know this guy can come up with a moment and be special in front of goal on his own or when he's created a chance for him?
Well, yeah, maybe yes, because we never had that kind of play. We always played, even when Kun was here, he's more of a striker that drops to play with us. And Erling is a special player, a different player than what we had in the past. And he's someone that doesn't need to touch the ball many times to score. He's like in the shadow for 85 minutes and he touches one and it's a goal. So yeah, because we have that special player now, maybe sometimes we feel a bit more comfortable defending a little bit more back, because when they give us the space in behind, we know we have that animal running in the back. And Kevin as well, when he runs through in the counter-attack, that special connection between them is very dangerous. So yeah, maybe yeah.
And next in this competition, Real Madrid. Ready for some revenge?
Well, hopefully yes. We know how tough it is to play Real in this competition. We're going to go for it. We're going to go for it definitely. We always go for it. But we feel the team is very, very confident at the minute. And I think we're going through.
Good man. And just remember, in the blink of an eye, you're standing here holding a microphone as a pundit. So savour these moments, man. These are magic golden days for you.
His English is better than mine, by the way.
I was thinking exactly the same thing.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Well
done.
Just to watch you, by the way. Good.
Thank you. Bye-bye, guys.
Welcome back. The attention span of these three is difficult at the best of times, especially when they're watching lads out there who are doing a bit of work. Unlucky this evening. Unlucky tonight. Are you happy to join us for a couple of questions, Leroy?
You come out at the wrong time, man.
We're live on it. This is what Rio stitches you up.
How you doing? I mean, disappointing.
Today was we're live. Sorry. No, it was a good game from us. A really good, strong game. I mean, I think I have to score. I definitely have to score. If I score there, the 1-0, I think, Man City got a lot of pressure. But it is tough. It is tough because we lose the first game away 3-0, which shouldn't have happened. I mean, today we could have done a lot. That's what I'm saying. It's tough for me too, especially because I had a big chance. And then, I think we had them really good under control. We pressured really good, won lots of ball in the midfield. If I would have scored, then, would have liked to know how the game went.
Do you think the first leg was really where this game was lost? You know, I mean, you said it yourself, 3 goals away from home. To come back here, even for you guys in this historic stadium, is a mountain to climb.
Yeah, I mean, I know the team quite well. I know how strong they're at home, but if you concede 3 goals away in the first leg, and it's tough. I mean, especially with them, they're really experienced. They know how to control the game. That's why, it's really annoying how it went, especially how we played today. I mean, like, the team played really good. I'm proud about that, and I think we just have to keep up the spirit and just focus on the league now.
And that's the job now, isn't it? You know, you've got the Bundesliga to fight for. What happens now to put this to bed? It's been disappointing in the Cup as well as in the Champions League now. What do you do as a squad, as a team, to lift yourselves for the last few matches?
Definitely. I mean, like, we just have to think about it, how we played here today. We have to keep the spirit up, keep going, and just focus now on the league.
Yeah. And if you don't mind, one line on City. I mean, they do look incredible, don't they?
Yes, they do. I mean, like, I think everyone knows how like them and like how they play. Congrats to them.
Listen, can we just say thanks for coming out and talking to us? I know it's not difficult after a couple of matches like that, so we appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thank you, man. Really good to see you. Take care. All the best.
All the best. Thanks very much. Okay, let's get some more reaction now. Here is Pep Guardiola talking to Des.